Today's video is going to take a look at how to read plans. What are actually in a set of blueprints that you would submit to the city for permit approval? Also, you're going to use these plans to actually build the house, addition, remodel, or ADU. So let's start off with the first page, which is the title page, CS 1.0, as you can see in the lower right side. Here we look at the name of the project and the address. We see the identification of the designer, a logo, and his signature. Up at the top, we see the codes that apply to this construction and the occupancy and type of construction. I have two plot plans here that I'm looking at. The first one shows what is existing currently, and here you can see the street, the driveway, the existing house or single family residence. He's got a couple of sheds in the backyard. You have True North and the Project North. Project North being designated so you know which sides of each house is, rather than having to call it northeast, northwest, things like that. It's more straightforward. You also have the plot plan showing the lot. Here's the property lines with the addition on it. In this case, it's an ADU, and the ADU will sit right here. And you can see that's different than where it would be, where you're adding it right there. Now on the plot plan, you'll see the dimensions of the lot. This is 138 feet by 50 feet. You'll also see how far off the backyard the proposed ADU is, as well as the existing structures. This ADU is going to be 5 feet off this property line, and 4 feet is what the existing house is over here. You also have a scope of work. We're going to build a freestanding 480 square foot ADU, 1 bedroom, 1 bathroom. This tells me all the sheets in the package. This tells me the percentage of the lot we're going to be covering. This is the property information and the building description. And then we have a bunch of pictures that show from the street what the existing house looks like. A map area showing where the fire hydrants are and how far we are from a bus stop, as well as an overhead view of the existing lot and a little more of a neighborhood view down here. This page, we have the floor plan of the ADU right in here, and next to it we have the floor plan with electrical. We'll come back to that in a minute. These are the elevations. This is what it looks like from the outside, and you have west, south, east, and north sides. We've also taken section drawings and shown what it looks like if you were to cut the building open so you could see inside. Now you see these are AA and BB. You would go back to this drawing here where it says AA, and now this drawing is now looking to the right here into what the building would look like. Same thing with B. B, you'd be looking straight up, and that's what this view will look like. We have attic ventilation requirements and how many square inches that you need to provide for this attic. That's all worked out right here. And then you have the window schedule showing each of the windows and the doors. You see this A, you'll find this A right here. That's that front door. And then B would be this bedroom door, and C is the closet, and D is the bathroom door. And the same thing happens with the windows, in that you have number 1 is the kitchen window, number 2 is a kind of a breakfast room area, living room area, 3 is living room area, and so is 4, and so on around the house. I have an attic access right here, which is 20 inches by 30 inches. We're showing the bathroom here, and this is a laundry machine right here, and this is the hot water tank, the sink, the toilet, and the tub. Coming around, so this is the front door. You'd walk in here and you see the kitchen. Here's the stove, the refrigerator, the sink, and a peninsula where you could put a couple of stools. Walking through this door, you get into the bedroom, and here's its closet. This window is labeled egress because it's a bedroom and you have to be able to climb out in the event of a fire. Coming over to the MEP plan, over here in the electrical and plumbing plan, you have a schedule of symbols here showing what each thing is. I've got two recessed lights here I'm looking at, and I've got a switch, and this shows me that that switch controls these two lights. I have electrical outlets right here, 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 here. Again, a switch and a light, and it comes all the way around here to another switch. So when you walk in the door, you can turn the lights on. When you go to bed at night, you can turn those same lights off. Or if you get up in the middle of the night, you can turn the lights on to everywhere. You can see the lights here in the bathroom. This outlet in the bathroom is called a GFI. It has a ground fault interrupter in there because it's near a wet location. If anything were to happen to it, like a hairdryer got wet, it would pop this outlet, break the circuit so that you don't get shocked. You also have those kind of outlets everywhere in the kitchen, except not behind the refrigerator and not for the stove, underneath the stove, and not for the garbage disposal. Those are regular outlets, same as in any other room. You also have a smoke detector, carbon monoxide detector that are interconnected right in here. And you have a switch going to an outside light, and again a switch to an outside light and an outside outlet. These plans also show you that it's an electrical heat pump for air conditioning and heating. And this is the water heater down here. Over here we have the roof plan. And we show the scale of the roof plan as we show the scale of the regular plan. 1/4 inch equals 1 foot. So if these plans are printed at their full size, 24 by 36, you could take a ruler and for every 1/4 inch you should have 1 foot. Here we have some general notes and foundation plan notes and shear wall panel schedule, things that are required that are part of code. Here we have much more detail, and these are the parts that the subcontractor is going to have to read in order to bid and do his work. And you'll see, here's the mechanical ventilation. You have some foundation information. Right up here, you should have framing, wood framing. So these are details as to how to build the house. Okay, here we are on the structural page, S 1.0, and this right here is the foundation plan. It's scaled at 1/4 inch equals 1 foot also, and here is the framing plan. If we zoom in a little bit on here, you can see that it's calling for detail 1 of this page, and we come over here to detail 1, and we see there's a hole down embedded in the concrete when it's poured, and it holds this wall in place as part of this shear wall. Here's detail 2, which is a wall in between the shear wall. The shear wall is designed to stop the house from racking. In this job, they have shear wall 4 feet from every corner. So you see one here, one here, one here, one here. All those are telling you to use this one. The others are telling you in between that, use this detail right here. And the center post goes in with detail 3. Here's the framing plan, and the same kind of thing happens here in that you go to detail 1, detail 2. Detail 3 has to do with the foundation, so it's not on this plan. But detail 4 is, and detail 5. And if we go up to the top of the page, we see what detail 4 and detail 5 are telling us. Detail 4 is saying at every window opening, it wants a Simpson MSD 48, which is a nailed-in strap. It's showing your studs, your shear wall plan. And detail 5 is telling you the makeup of the wall and the overhang, and the rafters and rafter material and ceiling joists and the insulation. Here in the sections, again, they're repeated, and it tells you what kind of insulation you need. And there's insulation right here, R20 in the walls, R30 in the attic, and that's the insulation that the insulator will need. This is a raised foundation plan, so here are the footings, and there's a crawl space in there. Here's some more details about construction. Here we have the Title 24 page, which is a state of California requirement for your energy usage. And that pretty much wraps up how to read the plans.